Hello and welcome to Broken Entertainment. So, I want to cover a rumor real quick today that Rosario Dawson will lead a Star Wars movie as Ahsoka Tano. And this has been kind of circulating a little bit for a while now. And there's another version of this over on We've Got This Covered, but it's a much worse article with very little detail. But it is other places that have been covering it. And essentially, well, let's just go ahead and get into it. Rosario Dawson made an incredibly strong impression as Ahsoka Tano when she appeared as the character in the second season of Mandalorian. Absolutely. I think she completely nailed the role. Absolutely got it awesome. Not only did she nail the role, but she nailed the look. We already know that she will be the star of her own Disney Plus series titled Ahsoka. Many have expected that to be the extent of her involvement with the character. We now have a scoop that adds an exciting wrinkle to Ahsoka's future as a live-action character in the Star Wars universe. Our trusted inside source, the same one that gave us our confirmed scoop about Josh Brolin returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Thanos, has told us that Rosario Dawson will continue the story of Ashoka Tano in a feature film that will center around her character. The Ahsoka series on Disney Plus will lead into this eventual movie. According to our source, the series will be about Ahsoka's hunt for Grand Admiral Thrawn, and the movie will focus on what happens after he is found. This links up with other rumors we have heard about Thrawn getting a feature film where he would be a major character. But Rosario Dawson will not be the only familiar face in this movie. Our source says that Din Djarin, a.k.a. the Mando, and Grogu, a.k.a. Baby Yoda, will also be featured in this movie. It makes sense to transition those characters to a feature film, considering their immense popularity with fans and casual audiences. This is important right here. Fans and casual audiences. Ahsoka Tano isn't a character that's known to the general public, at least not until The Mandalorian. And the reason she's known now and would be popular in a movie is because of Rosario Dawson. She nailed the character so perfectly in The Mandalorian that it gave general audiences that same excitement for the character that hardcore Star Wars fans have. And I think if they had Dave Filoni involved and they had Jon Favreau involved in the making of a movie, they could really get a good Star Wars movie out there again. I think it's a great idea. As far as Baby Yoda and The Mandalorian, I wouldn't include The Mandalorian personally. Baby Yoda, on the other hand, I would definitely include because people are going to want to know where he's going after this. If fans know that their favorite characters will all get together for a film, they will be properly hyped to believe the movie will be a true event in the Star Wars franchise. Interesting thing here, that's very true, and it's what people wanted with the original movie characters, and it didn't happen, and a lot of people are upset about that. So, I think not only is that true, but it's an attempt to kind of make up for it, if this is accurate. It doesn't make up for it, but one does have to wonder if giving Rosario Dawson a feature film as Ahsoka Tano will hinge on how well the Ahsoka series ends up being received. Yeah, absolutely. Her single appearance in the episode The Jedi ended up getting an overwhelmingly positive reception. So here's the thing. It's not enough to give her a show and to have Rosario Dawson be awesome in the role. They have to have the same care, the same control, the same quality that they have in The Mandalorian. If Ahsoka's show is written by a bunch of people that don't know or care about Star Wars or the character, it's not going to matter how good Rosario Dawson is. As of now, banking on Ahsoka Tano as another key figure in the Star Wars franchise seems like the safest of bets. She has already proven to be extremely popular in her animated incarnations, absolutely. A faithful fan base is already on board with her as a character. Having her take up the mantle of a lead character in a feature film should be an easy win. Should be. But Disney is capable of screwing a lot of things up. So hopefully they don't. The only big question we have is whether or not this movie would be a theatrical exclusive, with Rosario Dawson making her debut on Disney Plus and continuing through to her own series. Will audiences be motivated to see the character in a theatrical film? Personally, I think Warner Brothers is ahead of the curve on this. I don't think theaters are the future. I think they're dead, and they just don't know it yet. I think what we're going to see theaters turn into is like those small town theaters that are older and have been around a long time, and they don't play new movies necessarily as much as they play classics. I think you'll see the newer theaters shift in that direction, but they'll be playing newer movies, but maybe after they've been out for a little while on streaming. I don't know how exactly that'll work, but I really don't think they're the future. They were already struggling and dying, and this whole last year just really kicked them in the pants. So the faithful fan base is already on board. Will enough wider audiences feel confused if they have not been watching Star Wars shows on Disney Plus? I think there would be some of that, but I think those audiences would go see the movie anyway because it's got Star Wars on it. I think there's still a lot of people that go see a movie with the Star Wars logo because it has Star Wars logo and don't really think too much about it. But I also think, given the numbers, there's an awful lot of people that know about Ahsoka Tano at this point. Now, if they did this without Rosario Dawson appearing on The Mandalorian, without Ahsoka appearing on The Mandalorian, I don't think it works. Up until The Mandalorian, she was a character known basically to hardcore Star Wars fans and not to general audiences. If it does end up being a theatrical exclusive, it will be an interesting experiment to see how influential Disney Plus's programming is on the same consumers going to the movie theater. That's true. It would be interesting to see that. So I think that's exciting news. I think if they do this and they get it right, it's a great opportunity to start repairing Star Wars. Unfortunately, in the meantime, they have to deal with damage from Disney and Lucasfilm employees going out and calling people racists and calling people horrible things and generally being as divisive as possible. So while Disney may think, hey, that'll help the High Republic, it's really going to hurt everything. And that includes The Mandalorian, and that includes an Ahsoka Tano movie. So we'll see where this goes. I would say absolutely it relies on the success of an Ahsoka Tano TV show. And that success relies not on Rosario Dawson, who's already done the role well. It relies on the good writers, and it relies on Dave Filoni's involvement and Jon Favreau's involvement. If those don't happen, it doesn't matter. So, we'll see what happens. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and hit the bell for notifications. I will see you next time.